So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I built a in-tank bucket filter to remove solids from my system. Now I've been going the last couple of years with a bucket system that moves about half the solids, but that was no longer good enough. The tomato plants this year got so big, the roots got so dense, and the solids just kind of clogged it up. So I needed to do something different. I built this filter. It seems to be pretty effective in keeping the solids out of the system. I hope you guys get something out of it, something useful out of it. It's particularly going to be valuable for any of you guys running like a chop and flip or a media bed or a tank type setup, which is what this basically is. It's working pretty well for that type of a setup. Okay, so we'll just take a quick look at this thing. What we got going on here, this is my aquaponics system. And we'll just go, this is basically like your chop and flip type setups, or any of the, I call them a media bed over fish tank type thing. So the plumbing is real basic. I have a pump down here and it comes up and it just splits off into these buckets and into the grow bed. Now one of the problems that a lot of these systems have is improper solids removal. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the pumps. The other problem that these things have is as things fall in, and this could happen in any type of setup, as things fall in, it might get sucked up into the pump and things like that. So what I've done is I've created what I call a bucket filter, and it's a mechanical filter, kind of the canister filter that houses the pump and removes the solids at the same time. Now today I'm going to add a pre-filter to this setup, so let's go ahead, I'll take it out. So basically I just got to separate the pump from the plumbing. Let it drain down a little bit. So this is the basic filter. I'm going to take it over here and we'll take it apart and I'll show you how it works. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do here. I'm going to open this bucket up, and then I'm going to add the pre-filter that I made to the outside of the bucket. Hopefully that'll reduce the amount of solids. So the first thing I got to do is work the lid off here, and you do want a tight fitting lid. You don't want anything that's going to be kind of sloppy and let solids get by as much as possible. Now what's really nice about this particular bucket here, and it's probably about a gallon and a half or so, maybe a 2-gallon bucket, I'm not sure exactly, but I got it from Safeway as it's a frosting bucket, and a lot of times you can go in there and just ask them. So I've cut the foam to house this pump on the inside of the bucket right now. This is the Harbor Freight 625-gallon pump that I did a video on earlier. So you want to put holes in the side of the bucket to draw the water into the filter media and into the pump eventually. That's really important to do. Now, what I'm trying to show here is the amount of filter media that I put in here. And you want it all the way around it, in the bottom, all the way around, the whole thing you want. It's really important to get enough holes in there so that you get all the water in that the pump will require, even as the filter media begins to fill up with gunk, with fish poop and stuff like that. As you can see here, this does seem to be pretty effective, as it is bringing in a lot of the media is catching a lot of the gunk that the fish are producing. So I got to put it all. I'm putting it all back in. You want it in there fairly tight, so so that the pump doesn't move around and all that kind of stuff. And I'll stick this filter cap back over the top. You want so the pump is completely housed within this media. There's nowhere for anything to get through there. Now you want to run the cord out through the bottom, like I'm showing here. That's really important. You don't really want to try, I don't like trying to run it out through the top. I'd rather have it come out through the side. I just think that's a better look. All right, so this is the pre-filter. Now, I should have bought a filter that actually was longer and would have fit a little bit better, but I'm gonna use what I've got. So, I mean, I'm not gonna buy anything more for something like this. This will work just fine. So the first thing I need to do is slide the pre-filter off. And I have a spot here for the cord to come through, but I need to take the bottom banding off just so that I can get it slid over the top of the cord. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide this pre-filter over the top. Work it all the way back down to the bottom there. Kind of a tight fit, but you want a tight fit. Make sure I got the cord nestled in where I want it. Lining everything up the way it should, because you want all the holes covered. And now I've got to put the band back around it. Now, if I had some extra bungee cords, I think that would probably actually work better, but I don't. So I'll just use what I got. This is a nylon strap rope that seems to hold up really well. I want it good and tight around the bucket so that it prevents any leakage or anything. I want this pre-filter to catch as much of the stuff before it enters the inside of the filter as I possibly can. This is important because it makes cleaning a lot easier and more effective. The downside to a filter like this, as opposed to your normal radial flows and all that type of stuff, is it does need to be cleaned more often. I want to make sure all my holes are covered and everything is lined up. Next, I'll put the lid on, and we'll take it over to the fish tank and put it back in. This has got a Harbor Freight 630 gallon pump inside here. I got a bucket here that I got from the local bakery. I put 1-inch holes in here. I have this filter that I bought from eBay. I put it on the inside and the outside. Now I'm just going to slide this thing back into the water. Get all the stuff out from underneath it. Pull this up a little bit. And I'm just going to have to slide this in. And I just have a pressure connection here. Push this back down. Plug it in. And it's off and running. Let me take the camera out real quick. Show you the water. Water's running. Water's running down there. This does a good job of protecting the pump. Keeps the solids out of the bed. Like I said, if you get something out of the video, like, share, subscribe. Make comments. Let me know how you guys did and what you guys are doing if you're doing anything a little bit different to remove solids from your system. I'd be really curious to know what you guys are doing. Get something out of the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.